Hey guys, and welcome to Girl, You're Not Alone. Today we are talking about maintaining your vitality. And we're going to give you some tips on how to do that, and we'd love to hear yours. So stay tuned.
Woohoo!
Hey girls, and welcome. Hey Abby, how you doing?
Hey girl, I'm good. How are you?
Good. We are talking about a subject that I love, and that's vitality.
Yes. Because I know I don't look like I'm 21, but I feel like I'm
That's
21.
right. No, 18.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that might be pushing it a little bit too
18.
much, but I'll take 21,
That's
y'all.
right. That's right. But you guys,
What is your
know,
number? What's your age number for yourself? What would you say would be your age number?
In my head, 35.
Okay, see?
In my head, I don't go past 35.
And that's what vitality is, right?
Yeah. So that's a good segue. So the first one is really
Mindset, y'all.
mindset.
Mindset.
That saying about it doesn't matter how you look, it's how you feel.
Yes.
That is so important. You have to really feel that you're youthful and that you still have contributions, that you're still energetic.
Right. And really, age is just a number, right? I think so many people believe that you get to 40 or 50 and life is over.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's just the start of like this amazing chapter.
Yeah, the thriving part is like what I like to call it. Now we get to thrive. The next one is health. And yeah, that's a huge one. And I think that as being busy wives, moms, entrepreneurs, employees,
Everything
to everyone, taking care of your health and yes, getting your health checks, but also just figuring out what makes you healthy and energetic, whether that's working out, whether that's yoga, whether that's taking a walk, like what energizes you? That's a good, let me ask you.
Oh, that's a good question. I think for me, it's time with family and loved ones. It's also making sure that I take time for meditation and prayer.
Yeah.
You know, I start my day that way.
Yeah.
And if I don't, it really does impact me. So making sure that I take time to really nurture my body and soul, take care of my body and soul.
Yep.
That for me would be, in terms of like nurturing, that would be it. What about you?
For me, kind of the same thing. One of mine is just being with girlfriends. So being with you guys here is like very energizing for me, hanging out with you, but being with my girlfriends is very energizing. And just doing date nights. Like,
yes.
I feel like you get that, like that, you feel you're sexy again, you get to be a girlfriend again, and creating those moments is, I think,
to be
really
everything
important.
naughty and then some.
Yeah, everything, whatever floats your boat, because you're grown, yeah. But yeah, I think those are two things that energize me. So whatever energizes you, I think it's really important that you identify them and then feed yourself with them. Make time to nurture those parts of yourself.
The next one I would say is also making sure that you eat healthy, right? So whether it's healthy, smoothies or salads, whatever it is that you can put in your body, always make sure that you just take that one meal out of the day and feed your soul with something healthy.
Yeah.
So, that along with supplements, I think it's so important that you get to a certain age and you also make sure that you, include supplements and vitamins into your regimen because it's important to, again, stay nice and healthy and staying youthful.
Yep. And there's so many that we can recommend, but what I would tell you is just we'll include some of our favorites in the in the comments below. But I would tell you to just try different vitamins because what works for my body may not work for your body. And it also, when you go to the doctor, you really need to at least once a year do that major blood test and screening.
Absolutely.
I was really sick at one time because my vitamin D was low, and I had no idea. We live here in South Florida, and I made the assumption
that living
outside of you and me, I made the assumption that I was getting enough vitamin D, and it was causing a lot of health problems for me. So now I take a supplement for that. But get that health check and identify what your body needs, and then go from there. And just try different vitamins. Some of them do make you constipated. Some of them do make you, your stomach upset. So you really just have to try
trial and error.
Trial and error.
Right. No two people are the same. Right.
And don't give up. Just figure out what works for you.
Absolutely. What would you say is another one?
Another one would be to stay curious. So many times I think we get to a certain age and we're stuck in our ways and we're stuck in our thinking. I think you have to remain curious about the world around you, remain curious about your spouse, remain curious about, what your interests are, because I think those change. And I think it's always fun to find a new interest.
Exactly. Whether it's, swimming or biking or hiking, whatever it is, there's so many fun activities out there to do or to incorporate into your life. I love that one. I think that's so important.
So another good question. So what's a recent new thing that you've incorporated, even in the last year, or what's something that surprised you that you enjoy doing?
Swimming, actually. I do, I have a beautiful pool in my backyard, and living in Florida, we can swim all year round.
Yeah, and it's great exercise. Yeah.
Exactly. So for me, really incorporating swimming, and girl, with this hair, we're not trying to get that all messed up, but I have to tell you, I love it. If I can start my day with a 10, 15, 20-minute swim, it does so much for my mind as well as my body.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
what about you?
For me, believe it or not, is gardening.
Really? You're getting those manicure.
Believe me,
She's getting the manicure messed up.
I know. I never thought in a million years that I would love gardening, but my mother, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, put in these garden beds in her backyard, and she would bring over greens and tomatoes and that kind of stuff. And I put one in now. Don't talk to my husband about this because I have killed a couple gardens.
So does that
more than one time?
Okay.
I've had him install the beds, and everything has died. But that doesn't mean it's not something that I want to learn, you guys. I really want to learn. I was going to
say, so you don't have the green thumb?
I don't, but I really want it.
Okay, so for those of you who have tips or any recommendations, please send it Tanya's way.
Send it to me. But yeah, I really want to incorporate gardening in my life. So, and my grandmother used to have these beautiful, not only a beautiful garden in her backyard, but these beautiful roses. And for many of you that work, especially from the South, on Mother's Day, you would wear a red rose or a white rose based on whether your mother had passed away or not.
Yeah.
And I remember that so well, but I remember these beautiful rose bushes that she had, and she also has hydrangeas in her front yard. We can't grow hydrangeas in Florida. It's too warm. But anyway, so that's where my
love of gardening comes in. It's in there.
Inside. It's in there. I just gotta bring it out, you guys.
We just need to make sure you don't kill
anything else.
No.
So I gotta first I gotta talk my husband into putting another bed in my backyard because I've killed them both. Okay.
All right. Another one would say.
The next one I would say is we talked a little bit about this in the beginning, but mindset.
Yes. Yeah.
And how do you get that? Because I think that for so many of us, that when we get to a certain age, we hear from the greater world that we are not, we aren't as sexy. We're kind of washed up. We're on the way out of our
That's what
careers.
they think.
That's what they think.
That's what they think.
So I think you have to, one of my tips would be to find those people that are doing what you're doing at this age.
Absolutely.
Not that you can't learn from young people, because we're going to talk about that in a minute, but I think it's really important to find those thrivers in midlife, so that you can learn from them and see how they're doing, see what they're doing.
See other people who are doing the things that you want to do, who inspire you, who motivate you, who make you want to actually get out and go, whether it's canoeing or learning to canoe or kayaking or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So I think mindset really starts with tuning out the negativity. I think there's so much negativity in the world today, and you turn on the television and this person is, there's always something bad or that's sad that's happening in the world. I think if you start by turning off the news and all the talking heads and really go inward, find things that really spark your joy, as Marie Kondo says, right? So whether it's gardening, whether it's swimming, or find a group of other people who are doing those activities that you can become a part of a group of. I think that's so important.
Yeah.
So really, mindset is really tuning out all the negativity. And I know that's hard because we're living life. There's always going to be negativity, but making a conscious choice to say, you know what, I'm not going to turn on the news as soon as I get up in the morning, or I'm not going to grab from my phone and read the news feed, making a conscious decision to say, I'm going to start my day on a positive mindset.
Yeah, that's so important. And I think it's really important that what you said is tune out. We all need to be, I say that there's a way to be aware and not be inundated.
Ooh.
And that's really important. So you've got to find that balance of, for me, I just listen to NPR.
Yeah.
Because for me, seeing the images on my spirit weighs my spirit down. So
Right.
I don't do that anymore. So on my way, if I'm driving somewhere on my way here this morning, I listen to NPR because I'm just hearing it, and then I can tune it out. And as you said, I do not do it first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
I was tempted to put on the Today Show this morning as I was getting ready, and I was like, nope.
Yeah.
I made a conscious effort not to do that. So
Lotus
that's
and I start our day with a dance party.
Oh, that's
So
so
yeah, we
good.
turn on. She likes, what is it, 101 or something like that. She has her station that she likes.
Yeah.
So we'll start the day with a little jam session, and that's
So
how
you do
we
that for
get.
yourself? Oh, I like that.
Get
I think I
up
might
and
just get up and
start
dance.
with like a little bit of dance music, and that's how. And it makes her happy. It makes the whole process of getting our day started nice and easy and smooth. So that's just one suggestion.
I love that. And then finally, I have here, get you some Young Guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you have.
I do.
You
I
have
do.
in your house.
I really, and just, I have mentors in my life that are decades younger than me.
Yeah.
They challenge me. They make me think about myself. They look in the world in a totally different way. They also identify my deficits in a way that I think people my age cannot, and that's hugely important. So that diversity of thought in terms of age is hugely important. So whether it's your, a niece, a nephew, or the young people in you work with, and sometimes you diminish their contributions. Hey, I say change that, take them to lunch and get their thoughts, get their opinions, get their input, and you're gonna learn so much, not only about your organization or your company, but you're gonna learn about yourself, and it's truly beneficial to me. I went to breakfast with two of my young guns the other day, and it was, first of all, it was so much fun. They are so much fun.
Right.
But I just learned, their enthusiasm.
Did you get any work done?
We did not.
Okay.
We did not.
You probably
But
drank that
Yeah,
morning.
we did. It was like on bottomless mimosa. I think,
Okay,
but
yeah.
But just listening to their thoughts about the direction I was going in and stuff was really insightful. So that's when
I love that.
You have two young guns. You own two young guns.
Girl, I think that's what keeps me feeling so youthful. A lot of it has to do with that, because they really do keep me on my toes.
Yeah.
They challenge me and they push me to think outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And even my 5-year-old, I have to tell you, the things that she has me, discussing now, I never imagined a 5-year-old, I'm having conversations with a 5-year-old that are on these topics. But absolutely, I think having young people in your life really helps, again, solidify that, vitality and that youthfulness. And it brings out the child in you as well.
It does.
You
and
know?
we all need that.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys so much for checking out the channel. Make sure you look at some of the other episodes, because we've got some fun stuff in there. And please share, what are your vitality tips that you can share with us so that we can all learn from each other.
Absolutely. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Gurl, You Are Not Alone.
Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.